We are going to now continue with our blue shadows. We can see that they are a very, very pale, transparent blue. I have that color here, very transparent blue. And let's see if our palette is ready with that color. So I'm going to try it on here to see if this is the blue I want. I think it needs to be slightly bluer. It's bluer in the picture. It's got a tiny bit of rose in it. It's kind of a mauve. So it's a bluey mauve. Get rid of the rest of this because it keeps running back in there. And let's see if we have, oh, that's better. That's definitely a mauvey blue. Now, let's go down to our picture and do one petal at a time. This is our opportunity to deal with whatever pencil is on the paper. So if we have a pencil line we want to camouflage, like between these two petals right there, I can put some blue on there, and I can leave that hard edged like it is there, so it describes a hard edge shadow. There is a paler line up in here, and then this shadow from the other petal is curved and it goes down into the base here. The next one, which is slightly pink, has little loops on it so that it looks like it's got a little bit of change in the soft petal. It's rippled a little bit there. This whole end is gray, but it does not have a hard shadow. It's got a soft blended edge. So I'm using clean water and a damp brush to blend that. There is a slight gray line underneath here, and I have a pencil line right here. So I'm going to put that pencil line in, cover the pencil line up with gray, smudge it a bit, and then there's a soft gray line there. So I'm just using the tip of my brush to create a fine line. There is definitely some gray on these, but in my picture here I have them nice and white, and that's what I need, because in here the edges are gray and it's creating those loops. Now I can see that behind here this isn't quite dark enough to make this white show up. So I can go over and I can grab some of the same blue and put it behind and give it a slight smudge so that this white shows up more. This side I'm just going to clean up a bit so that it is very white against this area here. Will pop more if I just slightly darken it with our bluey gray. Now I'm going to continue on through here with our pale blue and follow what I see. So I see a loop like this, it's a little bit darker, and then it gets lighter. This is the area that I wanted to make sure that I left white. There are my beautiful white highlights. This is a slight blur here, so you need to take a damp brush and blend that slightly. This edge of the petal has a pencil line, so I'm going to put in a little bit of blue and blend it over. And now we're back up here in the tip, and I can see that this has got a wonderful shape to it. It goes around and then it comes back down, but it's not solid. It is blurry. So take your damp brush and smudge that around. And it comes down in here and it makes an interesting shape. But it's left a lot of nice lights. Do we need that edge blurry or do we need it blended? Here it's a slightly smudgy. Now the next petal is this one in behind, right there. So you're going to define that petal just the way it is in the picture. Now we're going to continue on with this, going all the way through, following our pattern, our reference material, camouflaging our pencil marks, but being careful to do what our reference tells us. The reason I picked this was because I love the shadows in this, so I want to make sure I get the shadows right. So I'm going to continue on, and you can see that this is really starting to look very white because of the blue shadow in there. So I'm just going to continue on here, quickly move over here. There's a lot of blue in here. So I'm going to do 2 or 3 of these all at once with a little bit of really pale, smudge the edge, keep that disappearing into a soft edge, leaving lots of white tips. So the sun's hitting this part, there's greater shadows over there. There's a little bit of deeper shadows as we come around to define where our pencil is. We're going to camouflage that pencil again, but we're going to skip over here, and you can see that it's really quite light, and there isn't very much gray in here at all. Don't lose the whiteness of your flower. At this point, you have to be very careful that you don't go too gray too fast. So I'm just following what I see, trying to leave as much white as possible. And there you go. There is our blue. We're going to continue that in the next flower in our next video. Thanks for watching.